The field of artillery and long-range missile systems is rapidly evolving in this decade of the 21st century. The wars in Ukraine and Armenia-Azerbaijan saw heavy use of deadly missiles and precision-guided munitions that can strike with pinpoint accuracy. New development in this domain has mainly taken place in the areas of navigation, warheads, and propulsion systems. What is most interesting is that developing countries like India are ahead of other nations in missile technology. This video provides an overview of key developments in this field of warfare around the world. As these missiles are used more frequently, the military-industrial complex is having a good time because of its usual high profits. But this is dangerous for a peaceful world due to rising violence and regional conflicts. India. The joint venture mode of production seems to have worked very well for India. It is one of the hallmarks of the long partnership with Russia. The BrahMos missile, 2,650 kilograms, range over 290 kilometers, which is the world's fastest supersonic cruise missile to date, is a product of this joint venture. It has now become more powerful with extended range versions of 450 kilometers and 600 kilometers which have been successfully tested. Manufacturers now want to increase the missile's range to up to 1,500 kilometers, with reduced weight and increased warheads. There are plans to export some versions of BrahMos to countries in Southeast Asia. The joint venture also aims to achieve exports worth $5 billion in the supersonic cruise missile market. An agreement was already signed with the Philippines earlier this year regarding the same. This will definitely alter the balance of power in the region vis-a-vis China. But the export order will also need confirmation from Russia, as it is a joint venture. India's careful stance towards Ukraine may be linked to this export issue, as it is in India's interest not to anger the Russians. India has also recently successfully tested the Agni Prime missile, and the submarine launched the K-15 missile. Foreign suppliers such as Dassault Aviation have also shown interest in Indian-made missile technology. These will be exported mainly to Western countries, thus putting India on par with developed countries. India is expected to increase investment in R&D to produce better weapons. The new missiles will also have to be integrated into key platforms such as fighter planes, ships, and trucks. North Korea. North Korea has continued its saga of test-firing ballistic missiles. Japan's Ministry of Defense said it was North Korea's 22nd missile launched this year. The missiles came from the Pyongyang area towards the country's east coast and landed in the Sea of Japan, according to South Korean and Japanese officials. The missiles flew at a height of 50 kilometers, 30 miles, 400 kilometers, 250 miles before landing in the Sea of Japan, in areas outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. North Korea has carried out a record number of weapons tests this year, and analysts see the increased pace of testing as an effort to increase its ballistic weapons capability, as well as to take advantage of a world distracted by the conflict in Ukraine and other crises. North Korea's nuclear tests and ballistic missile launches have long been banned by the United Nations Security Council. Europe. In Western Europe, the French Navy purchased anti-ship missiles, a new variant called the Exocet MM40 Block 3C from MBDA. The total order for 55 missiles, of which 10 were delivered. 44 missile upgrade kits are also on order for the MM40 Block 3 version, to convert them to the 3C version if needed. It has a new digital radio frequency seeker, manufactured by Thales. This finder observes smaller differences in speed much better than traditional technology, thus reducing signal interference. The missile also has an extended range of 200 kilometers and GPS navigation to attack coastal targets. The new missile is immune to interference and can identify a target within a group of targets. New missiles equipped with IR seekers, such as Lockheed Martin's LRASM, also have the ability to hit a designated target in a specific area. In Eastern Europe, Ukraine has been observed using the Swedish RBS-17 coastal defense missile system for Ukrainian army ground attacks. The RBS-17, sometimes referred to as Robot 17 and Hellfire Shore Defense System, HSDS, uses a derivative of the US 114C Hellfire anti-tank missile and was sent to Ukraine by Sweden in an aid package. It was designed primarily for a coastal defense role, defending against amphibious landings and threats in shallow waters, but Ukrainian forces used it well against land targets. The RBS-17 is portable and requires minimal setup. It features a tripod-like ground firing and aiming system and a compact launcher. It is a laser-guided missile system designed for precision with laser designators and optical scopes to locate and hit the target the missile is being fired at. Ukraine is also seen using the US-made M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, better known as HIMARS, which is a light mobile long-range artillery launcher mounted on military vehicles. Russia's military was seen using the newest mobile coastal defense missile system, MCDM, Rubezh-M, during the special military operation in Ukraine, launching the Guns missiles from Crimea. The Rubezh-ME is on a 6x6 all-terrain truck, which carries a 4-cell launch unit for Kh-35UE anti-ship missiles, an over-the-horizon radar that detects surface targets, and a control system of fire. The system is relatively compact and requires no external targeting system to open fire. The Russians also employed high-intensity warheads on their missiles to damage the area. The world is once again witnessing a covert arms race in missiles and long-range artillery. Countries are developing more lethal weapons and exporting them to other countries in the region. As such sales are not prohibited by any non-proliferation regime, their spread cannot easily be stopped. These weapons will definitely increase the security dilemma of nations that do not possess them.